she looks like an it girl, she smells like an it girl, her weave is laid, bust down little part like an it girl, but she go for anything. Hey y'all, welcome back to the YouTube channel. It's your girl Dyme, and we back at it again. If this is your first time here, welcome. Come on in and grab a seat. However, if you are already a part of the Babe Gang, aka someone who is already subscribed, then you know how we give it up over here. And you don't need a welcome because this is already your home. It's like a little community over here. So if you want to join, I'd love to have you. Tap in with your girl, subscribe, and feel free to give me any suggestions on different topics you might want or need. This is a channel that talks about self-development, beauty, and lifestyle. So if you are interested in any of those things, then this is a channel for you, and I welcome you to come on over and kick it with your girl, okay? So without any further ado, let's go ahead and get into today's topic. I want to talk about being that girl. What else are the girlies calling it these days? I don't know. But let's just call it being that girl. Because I did this video before. But I feel like I'm in a much different place now. And being that girl means something different to me now than it did when I made that video. So I just want to re-record this video. And I feel like I have a lot more insight now. I've journeyed a little bit more. And being that girl is a lot more nuanced for me. And thus, I feel like I have more to say on this topic than when I actually made the video. And I have a different perspective about what being that girl is. So yeah, let's just go ahead and chat. So I have notes in my in front of me because I wrote what I feel like being that girl really consists of. Like, what does it mean to be that girl? Like, I'm sure everybody has their own thoughts and their own feelings about what being that girl or being an it girl. That's what the girlies are calling it. Being an it girl even means. But for me, at this more evolved, seasoned, beautiful age, I know that there is a lot more to it than what the girlies are actually saying on the internet and on the social medias and things. So the first thing I have up here is being comfortable in your own skin. Being comfortable. She's comfortable. Like, really. Like, you gotta be comfortable in your skin, babe, to be an it girl. To be that girl. Seriously though, I mean, and let me break this down. So how can you say, oh, she's that girl, she's a it girl, she's one of the girlies to watch out for, she's one of the people to take point from, if you awkward in your own body? And when I say awkward, I'm not saying like you are clumsy. No, I'm not saying that maybe you might even be, you know, accident prone physically. I'm not even saying that. I'm saying awkward in your skin in terms of not liking the body and the skin you're in. I feel like in order to really be that girl, you have to have an ease of motion amongst yourself with your person. You know what I'm saying? Your person being yourself. If when you are being looked at, you're like shying away, you uncomfortable, you fidgeting, you itching, you moving around, you just acting uncomfortable and awkward, how are you going to be that girl? An it girl. You're definitely not going to be anybody anyone want to take point from because they see that you're uncomfortable. I don't want to be uncomfortable. Why would I take point from you? But outside of an outside validation or an external, you know, opinion, you can't be an it girl or you can't be that girl to you if you are uncomfortable with you. You can't. And that's why it's important to really build that self-love up, really start to like the skin that you're in, really start like playing up those facets of yourself that you really like, and finding those facets of yourself that you don't like and finding love for them and making love to them, speaking life over yourself, you know, saying, oh, you know, I normally don't like this part of my body, but you know what, let me spend some time speaking life into it, touching it, playing it up, showing it off, you know, playing around with the idea that all parts of you are beautiful, whether you like it or not, because we're always our worst critics. right? So that's the best way, like, to really start trying to build up that comfortability if you're not already comfortable in your skin, is to start pouring love into yourself so that you can love all parts of yourself. Because if you're uncomfortable, if you don't love yourself, it shows. And you can't be saying, oh, soft life only, I'm an it girly, I'm that girl, cocky caption on Instagram, but when in person somebody pull up on you, you fidgeting around, you wondering if they like you, you don't know if your outfit look good, you spilling shit on your shirt, it's just all over the place. You get what I'm saying? Okay, cool. Number 2, develop your own identity. And I feel like this kind of like just flows. This list flows, and I'm really excited about that because I've been trying not to go on a tangent with y'all, and I'm really working on it, especially for the sake of the pod. But whatever the case might be, finding and identifying your own way of doing things, your own beliefs, your own core systems, your own core values, all the rest of that things, code of ethics, all the rest of that. What's your identity? What do you identify with and why? Figure that stuff out. And I feel like I have a video on this channel in regards to exploring that part of yourself, but you have to decide on your own identity. You really do. Because in a world where everybody's on the internet and telling you what to do and how you should look, and you know, in a world where we are basing a lot of our outfits on what the girlies are posting on Instagram, examples and the different representation that we get, and it's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes it's easy to get sucked into, well, it has to look exactly like this. I have to be doing what this person doing. If this doesn't look like this, and that means this, and XYZ. But if you haven't decided who you're going to be, what you identify as, how you identify as that thing, how you're going to move in that space, it's going to be really hard to be it girl, because you're just going to be emulating somebody else's image. You're going to be emulating somebody else's personality. And if you're doing what somebody else is doing and acting how somebody else is acting, well, it ain't no need for you, because you just gave up your spot to be an individual. You know what I'm saying? How can you really be an it girl or somebody to watch for if you look exactly like the next girl? You're doing exactly what the next person is doing. You are, you know, falling right in line with what the people are saying. Like, where are your nuances? Where are your facets? What makes you just a tad bit different? What do you do differently? How do you stand out? How do you make what you do your own? You know, really establishing the identity, really like feeling good about that thing. And then if you have that and you're comfortable in your skin, you cook them with hot grease. Because you're like, this is me and I'm comfortable being me. Even though we all have insecurities, you will be comfortable with those insecurities. You'll be comfortable being you. And you'll know that you are who you are. Can't nobody, what they gonna say? Who gonna check you? You feel me? Okay, number 3. Have a set of principles. So, you know, I don't feel like I have seen this on a lot of the people's lists for how to be that girl, how to be it girl, whatever. And that's fine, because we all have our own different ideas. Like I said, I did this video before and I feel completely different about it now. But have a set of principles. Decide on a set of principles. What do you stand for? How can you really be that girl? Okay? Really be an it woman. How can you really be that if you don't have no principles? You don't have anything that you stand beside, you stand behind, 100% guarantee it. How? Because this is the thing, like I feel like it's too easy to look like that girl. It's too easy to be pretty. It's too easy to be sexually sought after. It's too easy to be envied. That's too easy. It's always going to be somebody's perspective, like, oh, I wish I had what they had, or I'm trying to get up in that, or it looks really good, how could it be bad? Those are easy assumptions to make about strangers on these good old internet sources and these good old internet platforms. I'm talking about a whole person, okay? How can you be an it person overall, inside and out? That's what I want to talk to y'all about. And without having principles, you can't really be that, because every single time you're tested, or every single time somebody throws something out at you, you're gonna crumble, you're gonna fumble, you're gonna fold. You can't be an it girl that way, because you know what they're gonna say? She looks like an it girl, she smells like an it girl, her weave is laid, bust down little part like an it girl, but she go for anything. You can play with her mind, you can work her, she's easy. And when I say easy, I'm not talking about sex, I'm talking about mentally. You cannot be mentally easy if you want to be an it girl. You can be soft, you can be sweet, you can be feminine, but you cannot be a fool and be that woman. You can't be that girl. Who wants to take point from a fool? Do you? Would you take advice from a foolish woman? No. Can you be that woman and be foolish? No. When I was a girl, I was foolish. But as a woman, I have principles, I have morals, I have a code of ethics. And that is how you elevate your experiences. Because the it girls are not just doing any old thing with any old body. The it girls are really doing the good stuff, elevating. And this is always a journey because you always elevate your code of principles and, you know, how you govern what is working for you and what is not, what you stand beside and what you do not. However, you got to start somewhere. You got to start with some set of principles, even if it's 5. What are 5 things that you stand beside? Create a list, okay? Create a list. Number 4. Have your own style that you feel comfortable in. Y'all, I'm going to tell y'all first and foremost, because the people who know me very well know that I would never, ever come up to anyone and be like, I'm a fashion girly, because I'm not. I'm not a fashion girly in any sense of the word. I'm not. I wouldn't classify myself as that. I don't look at myself that way. But as an adult, I have found a style that I'm comfortable with. You get what I'm saying? I'm not a fashion girly. I'm not about to be putting on looks and, you know, giving y'all style tutorials. But I know what I like to wear, and I know what looks good on me, and I know what's going to turn ahead immediately when I walk in a room because I know what works for me. And that's why I'm saying develop your own personal style for your own personal body type. Sometimes in your mind it might seem, oh, this is repetitive, I always wear this stuff. Okay, that's fine. Find different ways and different variations to make it fresh and make it fun. But you definitely don't want to be putting on somebody else's style when you walking around feeling uncomfortable because you wondering if your left roll is showing in that shirt that a girl 20 pounds lighter than you didn't put on. Or conversely, you don't want to buy that dress off of Fashion Nova because you've seen a girl who got 40-inch hips and a 34 triple D rack and you petite, tall, slender. That dress ain't gonna look the same on you. You have to decide what your personal style is, what your body type is, really give yourself a really good look and dress for yourself because people can tell when you're uncomfortable. This goes back to number 1, okay? I think we're on number 5. Number 5, have your own regimens. As you can see, like this list is actually giving you guys a lot of notes on your own personal way of doing things because there's an overload of information out there. Like so many of us are scrolling on TikTok. You done learn about 17 new regimens. Put the cream here, put the serum here, do this with your hair, rosemary hair rinse. You got 4C curls and you watching some girl who is Italian spray rosemary in her hair. You like, this is gonna work for me. Now you mad because your hair wet. It's like, figure out what works for you. Because sometimes when you're looking at a screen, you forget who's behind the screen. Okay? And then you try to do those things and you wonder why you're uncomfortable, you feel overworked, or you feel burnt out because you're trying to perform in a way that does not work for you. Figure out your own regimens. If the Cetaphil face wash and face cream is working for you, you don't gotta go out and go buy no whole crazy regimen of skincare and things. If that is not what you want to do, if that does not work for your budget, if that does not work for your lifestyle, if that does not work for your skin, you don't have to. It doesn't have to look like what somebody else is doing for it to be valid. You can still be that girl with your simple regimens. As long as they work for you, help you bring forth the self that you want to show, you can't be doing nothing wrong. Sometimes, you know, and I don't think people say this a lot or enough, but if it's not broke, don't fix it. If it's working for you, if you are shining brightly, if you feel great about it, if you feel like you're on point with it, awesome. If you want to upgrade, sure. But if upgrading is going to make you feel out of sorts in a way where you are going to lose your confidence or you are going to lose your leverage in terms of being in routine with yourself and your own lifestyle, then you might be setting yourself back. So it's very important that you set up your own regimens for your own self. For your own self. Not because Kim K said it, but for your own self. Number 6, self-awareness. This is a good one. This is a good one. Self-awareness is important. It's importante. Like, it's important for the simple fact that if you don't know what's going on with you, I hate to say, I hope I don't sound ridiculous, but people gonna take you on a little ride. And I'm sure that the ride is not going to be pleasing. You've got to know things about yourself. And I've done a video on this as well. Self-awareness is key. You got to know, like, I need this. I'm still healing in this area. Can't nobody fuck with me in that. I'm great. You know what I mean? You got to know certain things about yourself. Emotionally, my attachment style is this. Or, you know, I know that I'm drawn to men like this, but they don't do very well for me. Or, I know that I'm lactose intolerant, so maybe I need to change the milk that I drink so my face will stop breaking out. You have to be self-aware. I overeat when I'm upset. Maybe I need to start investing in ways to learn how to have a healthier diet. Whatever these things are, they will come about when you become more self-aware, when you start putting in work to learn yourself. Don't run to a relationship if you don't know who you are. Don't run to try to build anything with anyone else if you have no clue what you got going on. Don't be so busy trying to be seen as one thing, but then when people start peeling back the layers, they see you gonna crumble. They see you in pieces. Cause that's not an it girl, right? Because I feel like the biggest embarrassment is, oh no, Shorty look like she wrote flowers to her, like she looked good. But you know, I was talking to her and you know, she's highly insecure. You know what I mean? You don't want to be in those spaces. And mind you, you won't always be in a space where you're on top and you're looking great, especially when you start to, you know, grow and you're healing and you're becoming vulnerable with someone else. This is not to be looked good at all the time, because that's more of an ego thing. I'm telling you to have some basis of self-awareness when you are moving around in your daily functions of the world, because you have to start with something. You have to start with something. And you don't want to be looking like you're in shambles, but once again, cocky on the outside, real meek on the inside. Because how can you be that girl that way? Okay? And I've already said something to y'all about arrogance in previous videos. I personally don't think arrogance is cute. But some people do like to display confidence in certain ways that could debatably be arrogant or not. So I'm not going to spend too much time there, but yeah. Number 7, confidence. That's crazy. I told y'all the list is just flowing today. Number 7, confidence. You have to have confidence. You do not need to be arrogant. You do not need to be an asshole. You don't need to put anybody else down. You need to be confident. Confident in the fact that whatever you're bringing to whatever room, to whatever table, to whatever chair, to whatever podium, to whatever stage, that it is good. Whatever bedroom, that it is good. That it's not mediocre. That it's not trash. And this is not that it's good and not mediocre and not trash in comparison to the next person, because everybody got something good. Because God doesn't make trash. Everybody got something good. But you need to be confident that in what you're bringing is also good. And you want to give whatever situation you touch, whatever situation you decide to put your mind, your body, your presence, your energy into, a run for its money if it thinks it could just discard you. You're confident, you're strong, you're amazing. You need to know that in order to be that girl, because there's no point in everybody else knowing you that girl if you don't feel like it. And feeling like that girl doesn't need to be based on what you're wearing, what labels you have, what somebody's doing for you, what you were able to get somebody to do for you, or whatever. This has to be based on the inside part, because that's the only thing that nobody can take from you, the inside part. They have to be able to say, oh nah, she really confident, because she know that when she open up her mouth, she got something good to say. Now, Shorty really confident. She's a cool girl, and she might be funny. She might be charismatic. She might be whatever. Whatever those qualities are that make you feel confident about you, stand on them, 10 toes down. Because that's the only way you can be that girl, an it girl, somebody to look for. Because they're going to be like, oh, now where's that girlie? Because whenever she come around, I know she's going to have good energy. I know that she's going to be confident in herself, and she's not going to be looking for anybody to pick on, because she's going to be focused on the energy that she's giving out and the love that she's giving out to the room that she's entertaining. You feel me? You want people to say, oh, she's a light. Even if you're not a bubbly girl, you can still be a light. So just bear in mind. Number 7, self-esteem. It's so funny. I made this little Xoxo because the list is flowing and I am just buzzing. I'm just buzzing with this idea because confidence and self-esteem for me are not the same thing. I think self-esteem helps you to have confidence. Self-esteem is, like I said, looking at yourself and saying, you know what, you're a pretty good person. You're an outstanding person, actually. I like what I see. I like what I see because I've inspected me, and even though I'm not always happy with every single thing about myself, I am happy with myself. Ooh, that's kind of deep. Because, yeah, that's self-esteem. And I feel like once you have it, you start to develop a confidence where you're like, everybody's not gonna like it. That doesn't mean it's not likable. Everybody's not gonna like it, but that doesn't mean it's not worthy, and it's not good, and it's not warm, and it's not colossal. It just means that it's not for everyone. And so you have a confidence that is not arrogant and mean and abrasive, but you have a confidence that is sure. It is developed. It is honest. Because you know that you are not perfect, but you are still worthy. You know that you are good in spite of the fact that you also have traits that could be better. Yeah. And so that's my list. I don't really have nothing else on here for that. I feel like being that girl is all of those things. Being an it girl is all of those things. It's being able to really pull it together. As I tell my son, pull it together. Like, pull it together. Like, actually be in one piece. You feel me? The last thing I will say, because it just dawned on me that I did not say this, but have some level of intellectual confidence. Because confidence in yourself, like, oh yeah, I'm confident. I'm okay. I look good. I smell good. I'm comfortable with my skin. I deserve to be here is one thing. But then I also want you girlies to be talking something that makes sense. I want when people ask you a question, you actually can put together two sentences. You do not have to be someone who is presenting for a TED Talk. You do not. But you should always be somebody who is knowledgeable of at least 2 to 3 world topics, or you should be knowledgeable about something, at least 1 or 2 things that are philosophical in nature. You should be able to have a conversation that lets somebody know, do I want to romp with her really, because I know she's really smart, and if I play with her she might trash me. Like, I need y'all to come off in a way that is smart. Because smart is not always, what you can do. Smart is also a way in which you can present yourself. You know how they say, what is the dress code? And they say smart. That's what I mean. And that's a part of being an it girl too. You can be a ding dong and be an it girl in popular culture. I'm sure of it. I've seen it. But even the Kim K's of the world are getting degrees. So just think about it. Be well read. Have a book topic where you can say, I read this book and it was very, interesting to me. When was the last book you read? Because I'm telling you, when you walk into a room and you cute, you smell good, you confident, you're not raining on nobody else's parade, you charismatic, get a little bubbly vibe going on. Somebody talk to you like, hold on, I don't do that. That's a part of my principles. You know what I mean? You know when to draw a boundary. You also know how to talk to somebody. But you cannot lose. You are that girl. There is no other girl that can even compete with you, because you are in the lane all on your own. Even though that girl might be that girl too, you that girl too. It's no competition. We just 2 different girls being that girl. Okay? I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I am going to link a video as well, and that is on main character energy, because I feel like that is a perfect add on to this topic. I hope you guys enjoy this video like I mentioned before, and I will see you guys on the next one. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.